Syria is in the fourth year of a ruinous civil war, and a number of terrorist groups have set up there simply to take advantage of the lawless chaos. Well, to help us understand all of this, we have Michael Morell, who until last year was #2 at the CIA, Clarissa Ward, who's worked for us extensively inside Syria, and our chief White House correspondent, Major Garrett. Michael, the civil war started as a revolt against the Syrian dictator Bashar al-Assad. He is a tyrant that the United States has been trying to get rid of. Do our airstrikes help him?
Scott, he must be feeling pretty good today. He has three groups he's fighting against: ISIS, al-Nusra, and the moderate opposition. We attacked two of those groups last night. We're in the process of weakening them. That is a benefit to him. It allows him to focus more on the moderate opposition. He's already starting to do that.
Clarissa Ward in London, what are some of the unintended consequences of these airstrikes?
Well, Scott, the Nusra Front was the first Syrian rebel group to be designated a terrorist organization by the U.S., but the group does have wide support on the ground, partially because it has actually been fighting against ISIS, even at times alongside the Western-backed so-called moderate rebels that the U.S. is hoping will actually fight this war. So these strikes could potentially even backfire and put those U.S.-backed fighters in a very tough situation if Nusra supporters now turn against them, because they simply do not have the weaponry or the manpower to fight the Assad regime and ISIS and other rebel groups at the same time.
Major, the president talks with pride about getting the United States out of Iraq. He has avoided getting involved in Syria for years. Does this dominate the rest of his term?
Scott, the phrase I heard for months at the White House about Syria was this: Syria is a grease fire inside of a dumpster fire, and now the remainder of this presidency is in that fire. On the plus side, the president has put together a coalition that didn't appear possible a month ago, but there are deep questions about whether or not training these Syrian rebels will work. There'll be skepticism about what this administration will be able to do to defeat ISIS and also pursue its goal of getting rid of the Assad regime, and all of that is likely to be inherited by the next Democratic nominee, because as the White House has already said, this will take years.
And Michael Morell, let me ask you, what is the threat to the homeland here posed by these groups that we are now striking?
So I think today there are two threats. One comes from al-Nusra, the Khorasan group, which has the ability to reach out with foreign fighters and, with the help of al-Qaeda in Yemen, match them up with sophisticated explosives that could bring down an airliner. That's the threat we're dealing with today, and that's the threat we hopefully disrupted. The other threat is from ISIS, and it's ISIS sending back their foreign fighters back to Western Europe, back to the United States to conduct less sophisticated attacks. Those are the two threats today.
Michael Morell, former Deputy Director of the CIA, Clarissa Ward in London, and Major Garrett, our Chief White House Correspondent. Thank you all.